Welcome back to a new video. So we are back to it. 2 games above 500. Now we are just at 500. We're trying our best. It's not going the greatest. We're just looking, and then we'll see. He's actually ready to come back. This guy, he gets hurt every other day. It's kind of hilarious, to be honest. He's kind of actually horrendous as well. So we're gonna put him into the bullpen, especially since he keeps getting hurt. And then Rogers is still better than him. So we have a lot of lefties in our starting lineup, but our pitchers are better than last year, but not really too much. Let's see, Javier is actually like a fantastic player. I want to offer him a contract extension. Honestly, he's kind of that good. 9 years though, we're gonna say 8. He's kind of that good. All right, let's look at our lineups and see who is the worst. Gentry, is he even playing? So we just have not a lot of good hitting, and it is really disappointing. Yeah, so we're gonna throw Ben Rice back in. Not really gonna make any difference. Rodriguez is down, so we'll see if there's anyone in AAA that's kind of popping off. Not with the over on base, but the average. That's what I want to see. That's the good stuff I want to see. So we can try to bring in Wes Kath up and potentially Wilford back up, Yainer back up. So we can make some adjustments. So we'll look here. Ben Rice still has more potential than Bender here. His average is just too low. I feel like I can just move that. Okay. I didn't know why that moved. We can demote him to AAA. Jonathan Rodriguez, we can throw him down to AAA. Let me go down there, and then we can bring these two, I think at least these two guys up. I think we need to bring up another catcher up. He's not on the 40-man roster yet. All right, so we got to do some organizational stuff. So we're gonna look here, and where is Yainer Diaz? We're gonna promote him to Chicago. And we're gonna go back to here, organization, 40-man on the correct side, and look at Angel. So we'll waive and designate him for assignment. I don't really care if anyone picks him up, and then we will see if there's anyone that we can drop down to AAA. Not really now. So unfortunately for Wes, he's just gonna have to continue. We just don't have anyone. We just don't have anyone that we can really swap out. Like Wilford's gonna, be decent, so we're gonna go ahead and just let the AI kind of handle our lineups. That's fine. Yainer Diaz can be in there. All our catching has been kind of bad, and we're just losing too much. It's just disappointing. It's just disappointing, to be honest. Let's go to a roster. Alright, we'll sort by on-base percentage. So I'm gonna bring, how's he batting this year? He's batting 213, so we just don't need him in our roster. His on-base is not bad though. But we bring Quan back up. Sort by that. So Tristan is an on-base machine, and then Manzardo. We're gonna actually throw Manzardo up there. We're gonna make some radical changes and go by on-base percentage, so Quan can bat after him. And pretty Quan can go up 2 spots. And then I mean, like, it doesn't really matter where those two are. Tyler and Tyler. Let's see if that helps us at all. It's not really. We're kind of stuck in this internal loop of just being a pretty mid team, which is kind of frustrating. We did get our shortstop for the future, which is a good thing to have. I don't like that my reputation's poor. I'm trying my best, guys. My guys just can't hit. I can't make them hit, unfortunately. We can look at our front office and our personnel, our hitting coach. We can just fire him. Actually, we can look to replace him. So, I mean, like, actually, what does he do? Influences, mechanics, teach hitting. So, like, our hitters should be better. Like, they should be developing a little bit. We got a great coach. But, just not having good RNG, I suppose. Or maybe the AL Central is just a really tough division to be in right now. But I'm pretty happy with like the moves that I made. Like, I feel like I'm doing the correct things to put myself in the position to win games. Your players have to perform, and there's just not much that I can do to make them perform any better than they're currently doing. So we can look here at AAA. We can add him up, and we'll see. What's his ERA? 4. It's 4.8. And we'll throw him up. So we have to get rid of wave and designate for assignment, and then we can bring him up. And now we're chilling. Not really, because we're still 5 games under 500. We're on that trajectory to finish with the same. If we honestly do finish with the same one, then I'm just going to reset and make a new thing, because it will mean that it's actually bugged if I finish with a 77 and 85. Because like statistically, it's already like impossible to do that multiple years in a row with just how many games are in a season. Obviously, if this was like football or something, it'd be a little bit more possible to finish with the same record multiple years in a row. But with baseball, like the statistical likelihood of that happening is just so low. How do you sprain your ankle as a closing pitcher? What are you doing actually? Man, we're gonna finish under 500 again. We just don't have it this year, and it's. Are we gonna actually finish with the same? Okay. It's fine with me. I don't really. Colson's out. We just are not having the luck. Yeah, I mean, he was only there for. We're only gonna have him for this year, so it wasn't as if we were losing too much with that. But Manzaro can go to first. He can go to third. I mean, honestly, it just doesn't. We're not in the playoffs. Let's get real. Let's get real. Our lineup does not matter. Hey, we won 70. We won 78 games. We have broken the curse. We have won more than 77, so we have improved dramatically from the last 3 years, which is hilarious to think about. So we've gotten better. We're gonna finish under 500 again, but we've won 2 more games than we did last year and the year before. And we had a guy that hit 44 home runs. So we're moving in the right direction. We're actually hilariously close to the wild. So we weren't actually even that far out. We were only 5 games out from a wild card spot. Though we were cooking. We were cooking something fierce this year. two more dubs than we did the previous year. Looks like the Guardians continue to not have luck with their roster, or getting through the playoffs with their roster. They did beat the Orioles this year, which is interesting. And we had Tristan Casas that had 44 home runs, so we got that to build off of. But I don't know. I felt like this would be the year that we were going to take a big step forward and really just, as I said, just not a good year. So scouting director, let's find one real quick. So amateur. So I mean, this guy's kind of a beast. I don't really know this better, the tools or the ability. So we're just going to hammer it out this way, and new budget. So we just don't get a new budget. That's kind of hilarious. Scouting director retired, so that's what we just had to hire a new one. Look at arbitration. So like this guy, like it's just 5 and 13. Like how did we do that bad? His ERA wasn't that bad. Drew Thorpe, Labrum, just never really did much for us. So they actually don't want us to offer anything for those players, which I think is fine. This guy, same kind of thing. There's just no point of keeping all these guys that are just kind of disappointments. He's all right. Cantelo is pretty bad, but he's also, $1.5 million is not too bad for us. Joyce Estes, not too bad for us. Nick Robertson, I actually don't want us to offer, which is interesting. We have here, Yanner Diaz did well this year, and Ben Rice just did not. And for $3 million, we can get someone else that's decent. Angel Martinez is kind of irrelevant for our team. 218 as a center fielder, just not worth the $3 million. And Jonathan Rodriguez, not worth it as well. Trevor Rogers, we can see if we can offer him a contract extension. So he's 33 years. I think that's reasonable to offer with that. But man, it's just another disappointing season, to be frank. I really thought this would be not to like necessarily win the division or even make the playoffs, but I thought we'd finish over 500. I thought that was a real possibility for us to do. And we did get close. We did break the curse of the 77 and 85. But man, you just kind of hope for a little bit more than what we were able to get, especially with the kind of lineup we put together. A lot of injuries with the pitching, as the year kind of went on, which makes sense. And that's who we need to. That was the other person. That's what I want to look at is two things. So we're going to look at the history. And our average is exactly the same as last year. So like statistically, that's hilarious. Our pitching has been bad. So let's look to see who can we blame for our players not being professionals. So pitching coach, I think we just signed him. Hitting coach, sorry bud, you're fired. Because why else is our team bad other than you you being bad? You're the problem. We could get any of these three players or coaches. So legendary hitting and then handling, aging well. So I think Lyle is our guy, and we'll offer him $750 to make sure we get him, just to secure our dude. But I don't know who to blame. Can't be me. I'm perfect. So it's definitely was the hitting coach. Even though our average stayed the same for 2 years, should be only going up, should only increase every year, and our pitching should get better as well. But we just got a new pitching coach, so can't really blame him quite yet. Maybe next year we'll hold his feet to the fire. Yeah, nobody good here. And then everyone's old in here. We don't need any more old players, unfortunately. We don't need him. Continue to rock forward just a little. So let's see what we can get. I hit 143 RBIs. That is, see, it's like the same time that's happened. So there's a lot of like weird statistic things that are happening that don't make a lot of sense. Like the one year it was Boston that had all the good players or RBI players, and now there's two players like that on the same team. A little odd, but it's even more odd that they didn't win. Or no, they won the World Series. Okay, it makes sense. I thought they didn't for a second. I was like, it'd be a little weird to not win the World Series when you do that much for your team. Yeah, we made that mistake trying to get the broken pitcher before and hoping that he turned out to something. And I don't know, we can try to trade for him. What's his contract at? So it's $20 million. So I mean, if they want something crazy for him, then we don't. Yeah, We just signed this dude. He's our future. He almost batted 300 this year. So naturally he's going to bat 220 this year. But, so right fielder. And then, honestly, not the worst. We're going to discuss, you are taking his whole contract. That's why you want to do that. We have cash, so we'll give you 12 million. I don't know why you want more. You want something like that? Are you crazy? I don't want your right fielder that bad. Get out of here with that. Ridiculous. They want us to like keep the whole contract to give that. We didn't re-sign Bieber. Let's be real. 5.5 ERA for what he was making. Pretty mid. Yeah, I mean, like, why would the fans be interested? He sucked. If he was really good and we let him walk, then that'd be one thing. But I didn't realize he was a free agent. Didn't show up in our thing when we were looking at arbitration stuff. So can't do much about that. But yeah, why would we be bugging about that? I do like how that it is pretty funny. It's like it's not contingent on how they play at all. In real life, if your pitcher had a 5.5 ERA, your star pitcher had a 5.5 ERA and you didn't re-sign him, I don't think people would be losing interest in the team. It would be, really disappointed in that. But I am going to probably just do the off season really quick after this video, and then get to the preseason. So I'll see if there's any other trades or stuff that I'll look at. We'll go one more week, but yeah, it's like they don't like that guy for some reason. Left-handed pitcher. And I kind of like that trade, to be honest. We're going to Jane Ellis. We're going to offer him a minor league contract. I forgot I had that independent league thing set up. We're actually going to accept that one. So a little bit more before we end this one. But yeah, interesting. So Jaden Ellis, independent league player. Usually probably, well, I guess 24 is a pretty fair age for that. But anywho, I do appreciate if you did make it to this point. We still have the same finances as before. And let's see, yep, now we're in the preseason. So these are all just international free agents. Look here. So yeah, all these guys are on the trading block. Let's see if anything can happen with that. Yeah, he just wants too much. Especially because he's hurt too. It doesn't make any sense. But anywho, now I'm done. Talk to y'all the next one. Have a great one. Peace.